Tuesday, everyone. Tom Grisafi, Advanced Trading, ATI Pro Media. We're powered by Advanced Trading. I'm hanging out in Ames, Iowa today at the Advanced Trading office. My partner, Dave Lechtenberg, sitting right next to me, only a door and a wall. Little echoey here in the back office just shows we need little sound pads here so I can bounce off the walls. Speaking of bouncing off the walls, we get beans down a bunch on Friday. Up yesterday, everything's okay. Down a lot today. Folks, harvest is starting, whether you want it or not. Out in the countryside, we have Big Iron Farm Show. I'll be attending there, getting there later tonight. Is, as you know, the owner and operator of the Red River Farm Network and an ATI Pro Media contributor. Look at that. That's my phone ringing. You know who's got two thumbs and didn't put their phone on mute? And then we'll go to Wall Street. Then we'll have Connor B popping the show. I understand he built a good show. I was a little late to the show. I got to tell you, I need your help. We're having a debate. We're talking about buying a bigger pickup. Do we go Ford, Chevy, or Dodge? We need you to drop it in the comments. Ford F-250, Chevy 2500, whatever Dodge version of that is. If you're out there and you're in pickup land, let me know what to do. These are big decisions, folks, and I need your help. All right. Speaking of this big decisions, let's take it to LaSalle Street, see what we have. I'll be reading it off my phone here, kicking it old style. Deese corn down 2.5. Border trade wheat, little up there. Border trade wheat, KC and Minneapolis, all up. Nice to see. Beans, that's a trouble spot. That's a little sensitive issue there. 9.99 and 3/4. Not good. Beans, no beans under $10. Sad trombone for that. We have one of those. Yeah, we got the sad trombone on the beans there. And it's not funny because this is your money. But what are we going to do? Oftentimes I watch the other shows and I watch my friend Scott the Cow Guy. And when the markets are down, it's like he can barely talk. Listen, the markets are down. Grow up. This is what happens here. They go up one day, they go down the next. All right. So listen, here's what we have. We have the markets on the move. Let's go over to Wall Street. Wall Street. Dow Jones down 150, S&P up 13, NASDAQ up 90. We have little volatility in the stock market. Very interesting there. Looking at gold up a little, silver down a little, Bitcoin down 556,000 Bitcoin. Interest rates are moving. Of course, we have a debate tonight, and that could be very, very interesting. Interest rates, yeah, pretty modest. We talk of a 1/4 point, a 1/2 point, whatever. If you want the bright spot of ag, I actually know what it is. It's milk. Milk is doing well. All right, Connor B, bring him in. He is no milk expert, but I'm sure he's got 3 kids at home who go through a ton of it. How much milk do we go through a day?
With the twins being 4, our milk intake has cut down significantly. They still drink some, but not quite as much. When we were at our heyday, Tommy, I got to tell you, I mean, it was easily over. I mean, it had to be 1.5 gallons a week, maybe more than that. I can't even remember, but a ton.
You know, your wife's watching going, he has no clue. He has no clue. Hey, speaking of having a clue, what are we talking about today? Because I have no clue. Oh, boy, here we go.
We're right into questions of me. It's going to be a question show. What we got? Chevy first and Ford, and only getting a Dodge if it's free. I always love the interior of the Chevys more, but Fords are nice as well. All new vehicles are so similar.
And folks, if you're watching this on the replay, drop your comments down below. We're talking new pickup. Want to get a big one, diesel, Ford, Chevy, Dodge. What are we thinking here? These are big decisions, and we need your help. And they really are big decisions. The house I grew up in cost my mom and dad sold in 1990 for less money than one of these things costs.
Probably significantly less money.
Yeah.
But anyway, Tommy, harvest is here, right? We have progressed. Southern states, of course, are getting a little bit further along, but we're seeing stuff. I'm seeing a few guys fire up in central Illinois. It's still a little wet, right? Seems like I'm hearing moisture's in the 25 on the low end, up to 27, 28. So gut slot harvest is probably still a week, 10 days away. We'll see how fast this crop dries down. But we're here. I think we saw the numbers across the board. We're 5% harvested. First 5%'s down, right? I think that's mostly going to be your Texas. I think Texas was 75, 80% done. Kentucky, right? It's going to work up the Delta. And then Illinois, 2%. And I think that'll just keep growing. We've got good weather, right? I think chance of rain here in central Illinois Friday, not too much, but some hot temps that this crop might dry down pretty quickly, and it'll be here before we know it.
Mm-hmm. Real quick, when I was doing the quotes, I was looking at my iPhone. I need to redo my iPhone so I could just read it straight down the line. But live cattle up, down a little, feeders up. Huge volatile day in meats yesterday. Good to see. I mean, when we could go down, make new lows like that, and explode out of there, I think there was something for the bulls, something for the bear, a little something for everyone there in the meat side yesterday.
Right. Absolutely. I got a good stat. Our friend Karen Brown put this on Twitter. Looking at your guys in North Dakota, right? Just looking at the percent denting stage, they need some hot temps, Tommy. That black line is going to be that percent dented. And we're significantly behind, not as bad as like 2019 and 2009, where we were very behind, but they need the hot temperatures, and we need this crop to turn in the Dakotas. What are they saying up there?
Loving the heat this week. Going to look down at my phone here for weather because we're going to be at Big Iron, and you never know what the weather's going to be like that. But looking at my phone for not only just Fargo, but here in Iowa, crops finishing up really well. I'll take Carrington, North Dakota. That's about dead center of the state. These are incredible temps here. High at 86, Wednesday 80, Thursday 85, Friday 80, Saturday 80, Sunday 83, Monday 84, Tuesday 79, Wednesday 78. Incredible blessing to get those high temps here. We need an Indian summer. We're getting it. We need to get to October 5th, 10th, 15th. They'll take it. They don't care how late they harvest this crop, but they don't want to spend $1.50 a bushel on drying this thing. So we need heat to help this crop. There's potential out there in North Dakota.
Yeah. And so same thing in Illinois, right? I think we're probably I would say consistently, we think, Tommy, 2 to 3 weeks ahead of the Dakotas. Is that fair to say?
Oh, maybe even more, depending on the year, because they went through a weird cycle. I remember days at home, it was 85 degrees and they were 65. I mean, they went through a weird couple weeks. You never know. I mean, that's like one area could be hot and dry, one could be cold and wet, but they lost the GDUs. They're picking them up on the backside. Probably too late for beans, but very helpful for corn. And then, of course, the beet farmers, 500,000 acres of beets, just loving it. Adequate moisture, big heat, huge sugar crop coming from North Dakota. Wheat harvest is about done.
Yeah. I think we'll see. 2 years ago, there'd be a lot more activity. I think I was comparing my local basis number at the processor. They're at a 10 to 15 under. 2 years ago, they were closer to a 75 to 80 over. And so I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of hurry to pay those drying charges, like you said, especially if we see these soybeans turn a little bit quicker. I could see a lot of guys doing a little bit on corn, getting after the soybeans with the hope it dries down when you get back in the corn planting. But time will tell. We'll see. Overall message, 5% harvested in the United States.
I like it. I'm excited. I'm hearing names. We went for a ride yesterday. We went around the campus, and I'm excited to see what the crops look like. I'm going to leave here, go up 35, go through Minneapolis, and go over that southern part of Minnesota. And I hear there was some, I probably can't see the holes and pockets now, right? You'd need a drone or a plane or whatever. But I'm excited to see what crops look like. Excited to see people at Big Iron. I know we get to live stream in front of hundreds of people every day, but we don't always get to meet them or see them. And I think it's so important. Real quick, I want to jump into premium. Dave Lechtenberg did something great yesterday with me. We sat down, we had the laptop, 2 headsets like this. Probably film quality is not the prettiest thing we've ever done, but the content was amazing. So if you're a premium subscriber or a client of anyone from ATI Pro Media, Tommy, Connor, Joe, Dave, anyone who's associated with ATI Pro Media, we did a buy or sell. And this is one of the first things, not a buy or sell, I'm sorry, a seller store. You got to correct me when I ramble wrong. We did a seller store video, and I know there's carry, and I'm telling you to catch the carry. And I did a video last week on how to sell calls, which is marginable to catch the carry. But when you do the math, there's a lot of expenses with interest, shrink, this, that, everything else. I mean, you don't put 100,000 bushels of corn in the bin and pull out 100,000 bushels in March or May. So we got to know those numbers. We got to interest rates. We talk about them coming down. You're still borrowing money from last year at recent record high interest rates. So we really want to do this. Should we store the grain or should we sell it off the combine? What do you call that with your clients when you go through with it? Do you call it the sell or store what do you call it, Connor?
Yeah, so sell versus store, right? Look, just making sure if we're putting grain in the bin, we have a plan, right? The store and ignore strategy, it sure as heck didn't work well in 2023, and I don't think it's a good strategy going forward in 2024. And so we talk a lot. I talk a lot about how much this carries widen. Farm Doc, right? University of Illinois put out a good article along the same lines and about how much that carries widen in the past 90 days on corn and soybeans both. I think, don't quote me on this, but something on soybean, right? That Nov Jan, Nov March carry, I think it's expanded something like 300%. And so the carries are there, but you do a good job. Dave Lechtenberg does a good job. Make sure we know our interest costs. It's not free to put it in the bin, right? We know it's going to shrink. Does it make more sense to cash flow re-own it on paper? And just walking through that math, right? It's going to be different for every operation, and now's the time to be doing that. So
Right. And
great video.
Yeah, and real quick, and then I'll run an ad of what ATA Pro Media is. But normally we don't, we always tell you every day we have premium content stuff. I really want to express we're really breaking down the videos, and we keep asking our premium content clients, what do you want? They're like, really tell us what you're doing. Tell us what you're doing for clients, whether it be Dave and I talked on this video on how, we're not a big futures firm. We do a lot of options, but it may just be worth it to buy futures. I mean, if you had to pitch corn right into that September timeframe, remember when we talked about when Board of Trade wheat got under $5? I didn't tell clients to buy options. I told them buy futures. You're buying 495 futures, right? And if they have that risk profile, and I'm not afraid to do it, because whether you say, oh, I'm scared to buy futures, what are you talking about? You've been long futures for 2 years. You've been long the physical grain. Those are futures. Every 10,000 bushels is a 2-lot. You're all long hundreds of thousands. You're long 40 corn futures, 10 bean futures for a year and a half. And then if someone says, hey, sell that and buy 4 futures, like, those scare me. You need to check it in, dial it in a little bit, and rethink about risk management and math. If that scares you, there's a really good chance I won't be able to work with you as a client, because you're not thinking about the math right. So we'd always love to entertain the idea of doing it. But if you're comfortable being long $1 million worth of grain and turning it into $750,000, but you're afraid to send in $25,000 to buy some futures, I might not want you as a client. If that offends you, well, then I guess we wasted 20 minutes of your time this morning.
Us,
yes, sir.
In the industry, we talk bushels nonstop, right? How much bushels are moving to town? What are you going to put in? It's a good exercise. Sometimes let's talk dollars, right? If we know we have a rough estimate of what's out in the field, we're going to have a really good estimate in 60 days, right? Convert that to money, and then how are we managing that money? I think that's a good exercise.
Yeah, let's run an ATI. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I was going to say other point, right? Versus store. Sell versus store is we got to pay attention to our local cash market. Here in Central Illinois, basis is significantly weak. There's potential it could get much weaker, and so you can make the argument not selling it if it's got to go to town, right? Let's walk through that math too. Is it worth staying patient just on the basis appreciation alone? With that, run the ad, Tommy. Let's do it.
Yep, I got it right here, boys. I'll click it. Joe, Rick, I got it. Welcome to ATI Pro Media, powered by Advanced Trading. We're a financial channel that loves agriculture. For just $1 a day, you'll receive advanced trading research, actionable text, and a minimum of 6 videos a week featuring industry experts and insight. Click the button below to subscribe today. It's funny. It's you and I watching you and I. So I have my phone on X. Thank you, Elon Musk. But there we are, right there.
If one thing, it's good you got to see Ames and Dave Lechtenberg showing you around. Tell Dave it's a heck of a community college they have up there. I'm gonna piss some people off with that one, but I don't care.
Oh my god!
I mean, also in the comments, we've got to use. You've got the used truck market. They're figuring it out. I haven't time to look at all of them.
In live streaming stuff, they always tell you do a call to action if you want to get people's attention. And I am serious about this. Like, I probably will trade in the beloved Subaru. It had a beginning, a middle, and an end. And well, what I'm doing, folks, is I bought Gina and I bought a camper, and I'm going and visiting clients. We don't have a book of business without clients. So if you want the new pickup and the new super camper and the Ag Bull Studio, trying to see with the IRS if I could write off the camper as a podcast studio. We're going to push that one. I might just take it as a personal expense. And
now you're related to farmers. What can we write off,
yeah,
right?
we just bought a $500,000 RV. It's our dryer shack. And yeah, no, I trust me, I could only imagine being an IRS agent on a farm, laughing, going home, telling his wife, "You're not going to believe what old
That's
Sylvester tried to do over there." Hey,
great.
you know what?
Yeah.
If you don't want to owe taxes, keep marketing bad. It's going to take care of your tax problem. That's the best news I have for y'all. So,
Right. One last thing, a point I saw: Brazil corn planting, 9.7% complete. Right. Plugging right along. The big thing, the big factor is the dryness. Dr. Cruz, he sent us an email, and one thing that stuck out at me, Tommy, is there were 75 municipalities in Brazil that have experienced no rain for 100 days. And so we can't quite relate that to the U.S. weather, right? They have a dry period, but 100 days is still significant. That is a long time without precipitation. I'd look until that forecast changes. I'll look for the soybean planting, even that first corn crop. It's going to be a little bit delayed. They're not going to get in a big hurry until they see that precipitation.
I like it. Well, folks, we have a debate tonight, and I'm going to find that if it's not already loaded and queued up. I'm sure Mr. Rick's got it at the top, and I'm just looking. Here we go. Debate. We got a debate tonight, but what we're doing is we're taking ATI Pro Media on a little different spin. The political climate is very hot, and I'll be driving tonight up to North Dakota, so I won't be watching or listening to the debate live. I do like to catch the snippets, the little
Same.
1-minute zingers that they'll each get on each other, and I can only imagine. I hope they both do well. I hope they both do well for America. But what we're really debating, which is really important to all of you that are watching, is Ford, Chevy, or Dodge. If we're looking for a 2500 Chevy, a Ford F-250, what's that version in Dodge? I don't even know what they call it. What's a Dodge?
Gosh, I don't know either. I've never driven.
Jojo, help us out. Joe, come on now.
We should know that, but
Joe's been in the auto industry for years. He's like, what is the Dodge version of like a 2500? So what? These are important things that you need to know. And but I do want to visit clients, and we are visiting clients, and I want to come out to your farm at harvest. And I got to tell you what, Gina G loves having me gone from the Gina G loves having me gone for weeks at a time. So happy wife, happy life. She wants me to jump in the camper and go help you all at harvest. I'll bring you a flag. I'll bring you ATI Pro Media Cup. I can cook, whatever it takes. But got to get back out and visit with the clients. I know as America, we spent too much time. COVID really made people think we didn't have to, shake hands and sign babies' heads and all the other stuff. We got to get out there, right?
Yeah. And that's the same thing. I mean, think about in our world, right? The in-person meetings. I know you're talking about doing one-on-one. That's probably the most important thing. But COVID really changed. It's amazing how fewer and fewer in-person meetings you see anymore, Tommy. So let's change that, right? If you want us to come speak about marketing, whatever you're doing, right? Give us a call, right? This is probably early. We're not going to do any meetings the next 60 days, but this winter, start lining them up and think of us at ATI Pro Media.
Yeah, and we did a virtual one last week. Had a client said, "I wish you were here." I'm like, "If you can take an email link and a projector, I'll be there tonight." Was shocked. He had 60 people, Pioneer Seed meeting, Donnie up there in New Rockford, North Dakota, and it was great to I did 5-minute meeting, shortest Tommy Grisafi speech ever. Was, "Hey guys, there's carry in the markets. It looks like we have a big crop."
Tommy Grisafi only spoke for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's all they gave me.
I'll believe that when I see it.
I charged by the minute, so he wasn't going to mess around and pay for too much, right?
Yeah. Well, here, Tom, I'm going to quote up the markets again. They're moving, and then we'll dive into these questions. I don't know what if maybe they'll work out a consensus on what you should buy, but we got soybeans 999, same as when we started the show, down 19, no soybeans, and corn pulling back as well, down to 405, 424, looking at March. So. Interesting. What we got with questions?
Well, stock market rolled over too. We're like all over each other today, but the Dow was up 150. It's down 250. That Friday move shocked people. I heard on Bloomberg today that the United States stock market had its worst start, I want to say, since 1958. It had something with a 50 in there. And it doesn't matter where we start the month of September. It more matters where we end. It doesn't matter where the stock market starts the year. It's where it ends the year, unless you were retiring the next day. So, just take it with a grain of salt. But incredible volatility. we're less than 60 days out to the election. We're gonna have volatility, and I think the weak member of this tribe of grains is the beans. I mean, we can use so much corn domestically, but if you want to see someone who's going to get tossed to the side by both parties, it's going to be the rhetoric and the conversation on exports in China and this and that. You know, we've seen what China does when the tariffs they put on canola. It just very much affected our just very much affected our North Dakota clients. They were harvesting canola. There was a okay bid, and then once Canada, the markets changed up there. It has effects. What I'm saying is, whether you want to be involved politically or not, it's going to affect your pocketbook. You better start paying attention. I think beans are the victim here. Back to you.
Yeah, well said. So wheat still rallying a little bit, but I think with that pop up, I haven't had time to read all these questions, but
Let's
just start popping them up. Let's just start reading them.
JoJo says only a couple. Only a couple. Give us the best.
Get the heck out of here.
Luke.
So we got Luke. Okay, Luke, 14 to 16 F250, best bang for your buck. I like it. It probably holds its value, right? 8-year-old diesel. Good advice, Luke.
Probably no DEF fluid either, so we'll have to check on that. But there's that whole debate. All right.
The only good 7.3 liter is the old school diesel one.
Yeah, kicking it old school. Any more?
We're gonna have to do. Brady's gonna have to do a premium on these. He's all in it. But yeah. Anything else? Any other good comments? We
price markets are moving this much, and we have a debate today, Tuesday. We have CPI Wednesday. We have a USDA Thursday. We'll be here covering all that. ATI Pro Media. I need y'all to do me a favor. Click like and subscribe. Hit notifications. We got a good crowd that turned out today to watch. We appreciate it. Like, click, subscribe, hit notifications. If you're into premium content and you want the video that Dave Lechtenberg did, half-hour video, $30 a day for premium, $30 a month. Dave Lechtenberg really, really broke down the math. Should I sell or should I store? This is a gentleman who had 18 years in the grain industry at working at an elevator and now 18 years at Advance. He knows a lot about this subject, and he's an expert in his field. I think y'all can afford the $30 a month, $1 a day. Try it out. If you don't like it, cancel after a month, and I'm sure you're going to spill more corn and beans today than this is going to cost you.
And if there's any time to try ATI Pro Media, it's leaning into harvest, right? Here's where we're going to make a lot of decisions that are going to impact our profitability for the next 6 months, year, right? And so I think we can help with that. We're putting out good content. Dave Lechtenberg, always a good watch. So
yeah, decisions made during good times will affect you dramatically during bad times. Also, the greatest opportunities ever in agriculture are on down swoops. When I talk to my biggest, greatest, most successful farmers, how did you become so much wealthy? Through the land and the business acquisitions they acquired when the weak hands sold it to the strong hands. What can we do to help you be one of those strong hands? Tom Grisafi, Ames, Iowa, on my way to North Dakota to Big Iron. Connor B, Assumption, Illinois. We'll catch you all tomorrow. Love for you to subscribe to Premium. www.atipromedia.com. Hit like, subscribe, $30 a month. And if you need us, if you just say, hey, I want to try that video, call us.
Yep.
1-855-737-FARM. I probably won't answer today. Joe will, or someone from work. Emails, info@atipromedia.com. Myself, Joe, and Amy at work, we get those emails instantly, and we get right back to you. Anything else, Connor B?
Nope. Let's wrap it up. Good show. We'll see where this price action goes. Safe travels.
Thank you.
Until Dave Lechtenberg, hi.
Thanks for joining us. We're here every day, 9 a.m. Central. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.